Thomas, Newt, and Frippen, the last of the Free Gladers, join with the Right Arm Resistance to retrieve other immunes from a carriage of a train operated by Wicked, the organization responsible for capturing and experimenting on immune children, including Aris and Sonia. Aris tells Thomas that Minho, their Glader friend whom Wicked had captured, was on a different carriage and is headed to the Last City, Wicked's base of operations. Against the orders of Vince, the leader of the Right Arm. The three head to the Last City to rescue Minho, who is being tortured by Wicked along with several other children in the hope of developing a cure for the virus. The group is attacked by Cranks, humans infected with the flare. However, they are saved by Jorge and Brenda, who join them. The group makes it to the wall of the Last City, which is heavily fortified. Outside the wall, people are rallying in protest to be let into the city. When Wicked opens fire at the protesters, the group is captured and taken to a hideout by a crew wearing gas masks. One of the members is revealed to be Gally, who survived being impaled by Minho's spear. He then takes them to meet Lawrence, a rebellion leader, who helps Thomas, Newt, Gally, and Frippen enter the Last City. Gally takes Thomas and Newt on a tour of the city and, after spotting Teresa, tells Thomas that he can get them into Wicked headquarters. Newt then shows Thomas that he is infected. Promising to cure him, Thomas and Gally capture Teresa. Disguised as Wicked soldiers, Thomas, Newt, and Gally escort her inside Wicked headquarters and toward the location of the immunes. Gally looks after the immune children and stays to find a serum that slows the flare. Thomas, Teresa, and Newt go to find Minho, but are discovered and chased by Jansen. Teresa lets them escape to find Minho before going to do a blood test on Thomas's blood, obtained when she was removing trackers from the Gladers. After delivering the immune children and the serum to Brenda, Gally returns to Wicked headquarters to find Thomas. Brenda is forced to flee with the immune children to avoid capture. Thomas and Newt reunite with Minho and escape from the Wicked building. Teresa discovers that Thomas's blood can cure the flare. She shares her discovery with Wicked's leader, Ava Page, both of whom agree that they must find Thomas. Brenda and the immune children escape Wicked with Frippen's help. Meanwhile, Lawrence rallies his rebels outside the city before sacrificing himself to blow a hole on the wall, allowing his allies and the infected people to storm the city. Gally saves Thomas, Newt, and Minho from Wicked soldiers. While Minho and Gally go to get the serum from Brenda, Thomas gets a pendant from Newt before he passes out. Teresa transmits her voice throughout the city and tells Thomas that his blood can save Newt if he returns to Wicked. Newt, nearly consumed by the flare, regains consciousness and attacks, then begs Thomas to kill him. When he refuses, Newt fatally stabs himself with his own knife. Thomas returns to the Wicked facility and confronts Paige. While Paige talks with Thomas, Jansen, who is also infected by the flare, kills her and sedates him. Teresa successfully removes some of his blood. When she hears that Jansen is interested only in curing himself and others whom he deems worthy, Teresa knocks him out and frees Thomas. Thomas then fights with Jansen and releases two Cranks, who kill him. With the building on fire, Thomas and Teresa escape to the roof and she gives him the cure. The rest of the team arrives on a berg. Teresa helps an injured Thomas on board, but the building collapses and she falls to her death. The group escapes with the rest of the immunes to a safe haven, where the remaining population can live in safety and rebuild civilization. Thomas discovers that the pendant Newt gave him had a note in it, which asks him to look after everyone and thanks him for being his friend.